Something feels off in Golden State. You can feel it in the body language, in the rotations, in the frustration on the bench. The Warriors are no longer that seamless machine they once were, and the man behind the system, Steve Kerr, is being accused of turning a dynasty into a carousel of chaos. But why? Why does a coach with 4 championships seem unable to sustain consistency anymore? Before we break this down, make sure to subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next deep dive into the Warriors' ongoing season, because this one gets complicated. For years, the Warriors thrived on rhythm, the kind of internal rhythm that comes when players know their roles, know their minutes, and understand exactly what the system expects from them. But lately, under Kerr's command, that rhythm has completely vanished. The rotations have become unpredictable, the chemistry inconsistent, and the on-court trust fragmented. The problem, according to frustrated fans, and even some within the locker room, isn't about talent. It's about coaching philosophy. Kerr's obsession with constant rotation, with spreading minutes across 12 different players every night, has turned what used to be a well-oiled engine into a sputtering experiment. Players go from playing 4 minutes one night, 10 the next, 3 the game after. How can anyone find their rhythm under that kind of uncertainty? Basketball is a game of flow, of feeling. When a player knows he's got a real opportunity, he plays with confidence. But when every possession feels like an audition, fear replaces rhythm. Kerr's 12-man rotation has created exactly that, a constant sense of instability. Take Quinton Post, for example. Against Denver, he played his best basketball yet, setting strong screens, rebounding with force, hitting his shots. He finished the game +3 in only about 10 minutes. But instead of rewarding that effort, Kerr benched him for most of the next game. No explanation, no momentum, just another name lost in the shuffle. It's a pattern that's been repeated too often. A young player delivers energy, plays well, and then disappears the next night, while veterans like Buddy Hield, despite cold shooting nights and offensive lapses, continue to get guaranteed minutes. It's favoritism disguised as system loyalty, and the locker room knows it. The irony is that Kerr's greatest strength, his adaptability, has now become his biggest weakness. His reliance on small ball lineups, once revolutionary, now looks outdated against modern NBA rosters built on size, switchability, and two-way power. You can see it in the numbers. When the Warriors go small, 3 guards, weak front court, their defense collapses. They give up offensive rebounds, get bullied on switches, and struggle to contest size-driven plays at the rim. The phrase floating around among critics has become almost ironic. The bigger they go, the more reliable they become. Look at the Milwaukee game. The Bucks were missing 2 of their key starters, and yet they scored 120 points against Golden State. That's not talent disparity. That's a structural issue, a failure in lineup balance. Too many guards chasing bigger bodies. Too many mismatches created by Kerr's own decisions. You can't expect Stephen Curry to guard power forwards. You can't have Klay Thompson fighting for rebounds against 7-footers. But that's exactly what happens when Kerr insists on playing 3-guard lineups. The system that once revolutionized basketball now seems trapped in its own mythology. The narrator of the original video called this the death of rhythm, and that phrase captures it perfectly. A rotation without continuity is a rotation without heartbeat. Kerr's tendency to constantly adjust, to overmanage, has taken the Warriors out of sync. Even worse, it's created communication gaps. Players like Quinton Post reportedly said that Kerr in previous years would bench him without explanation, without clarity. Imagine that, working your way up, delivering results, only to be pulled from the floor and never told why. That's not just tactical mismanagement. It's emotional disconnect. Good coaching isn't just drawing plays. It's defining roles. It's giving players something to hold on to when the game starts slipping away. But Kerr's current approach feels like the opposite. A system of musical chairs, where no one knows who's safe, who's next, or what's expected. And when there's confusion, there's frustration. You can see it in the Warriors' body language. The turnovers, the late rotations on defense, the missed box outs. It's the look of a team that's not sure what version of itself it's supposed to be from night to night. Sure, the Warriors still win games, They still have Stephen Curry. After all, one of the greatest offensive engines the league has ever seen. His brilliance alone can tilt any matchup. But relying on Curry's miracles to cover structural flaws is not a plan. It's desperation wrapped in nostalgia. Kerr's defenders argue that his rotation depth keeps players fresh and builds flexibility for the postseason. But flexibility without chemistry is chaos. The game isn't about playing everyone. It's about finding five who can play together. Every championship team in history has something in common: identity. You know what their best five look like. You know who closes games. You know who you can trust in the fourth quarter. The Warriors, right now, can't say that. Who is their defensive anchor when Draymond rests? Who controls the boards? Who's the go-to secondary scorer behind Curry when the ball stops moving? Those questions should have been answered months ago, yet Kerr's revolving door rotations keeps resetting the answers. The truth is, the Warriors don't lack effort. They lack definition. And that falls squarely on the coaching staff. You can't build rhythm without consistency, and you can't build trust without clear roles. Look around the league. Teams that emphasize two-way players, like the Celtics, the Timberwolves, even the Thunder, are thriving because they understand that defense creates rhythm just as much as offense does. The Warriors, meanwhile, seem to be chasing the ghost of their 2016 selves, a team that could outshoot anyone. But the league has caught up. Everyone can shoot now. What separates contenders is defense, size, and balance. And that's the real warning this video delivers. If Kerr doesn't adjust, if he doesn't modernize, the Warriors' season will keep spinning between peaks of brilliance and valleys of frustration. A roller coaster built by stubborn philosophy. Because right now, every win feels like a temporary illusion. Something carried by Curry's shot-making rather than team cohesion. And every loss feels like deja vu, mismatches, defensive breakdowns, and another post-game quote about trusting the process. The dynasty isn't dead, but it's suffocating under its own history. Kerr once taught the league that small ball could dominate. Now he needs to teach himself that evolution never stops. That balance beats variety. That chemistry is built, not rotated. For the Warriors to become true contenders again, they need structure, not experiments. Defined roles, not random minutes. They need to commit to defense as much as they commit to spacing. They need to trust players like Quinton Post when they earn it, instead of burying them after one mistake. Because if they don't, this team will remain a paradox. Talented enough to win any game, inconsistent enough to lose every other one. Kerr's legacy deserves better. Curry's prime deserves better. The fans, after years of brilliance, deserve better. And the truth is simple. If the Warriors keep playing roulette with their lineups, their season will play out the same way. Spinning, unpredictable, and ultimately out of control. So maybe the question isn't, can the Warriors still win? Maybe it's, can Steve Kerr let go of the version of himself that once did? Because the answer to that might decide everything. What do you think? Is Kerr overthinking the rotation, or are fans just being impatient? Drop your thoughts below. And if you want more deep breakdowns like this, don't forget to subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a new upload. This is Eerie Glow, and we'll see you in the next one, where truth meets basketball. And here's the key takeaway from the channel. Delve into financial education to enhance your quality of life. Within the financial market, explore bonds and shares, particularly focusing on real estate investment trusts, which offer potential for passive income. Engage with this responsibly and consider reputable investment brokerages worldwide.